Hello and welcome. This is the first draft we've got of the Magic Cube, the Commander Magic Cube, that is. This is a voiceover I'm doing for it. It was too loud to actually use the audio we had there, so I am doing a voiceover for it. Uh, Here's my first pack. It's just going to be from my point of view on the first pack. We are going to get into a little bit of the first game, but we could not see the full board, so we had to stop. Um, Here you'll see I'm picking out my I'll pick up my first two commanders from this. And I kind of get obsessed about playing Ghalta in this, and I make some mistakes in picks, but it still ends up being a decent deck. So here we go, going through all this. Tempted to try and do Urborg, maybe get a Caval's Coffers later on. Not a big chance of that, but I was hoping for it. And then I decide that just getting my colors right away might be a good idea. And looking through this pack, I decide that I'll take legendary creatures and Ghalta. And I'm sorry, the camera, my hand is going to be in the way of it, a lot of it, but I will try and center it so people can see it. And so my mindset here is I want legendary creatures, but I'm focusing on creatures I can cheat into play with Ghalta. I am not thinking about the tokens, and that is why I end up passing some cards later on that I regret. But I don't think about the tokens off the bat. I should have, but I didn't. I also don't think about the zombies till later on, but I do catch up on the zombies part of this. But yeah, so Damnation and Teferi's Protection there. I probably should have taken the Bloodline Keeper, but it is what it is. Or the land to help fixing. Also, the Curse Wrappings would have been good. There's a lot of good cards I could have taken there. So carrying on. This is a six-person draft, by the way. So the person with the blurred out face and the person in red are the two that I will be facing. The person sitting across from me will be playing the person on my right and the person on my left in a separate game. It is a best of one, so it's just one commander game, and then everything gets put back in the cube. But it ends up being a pretty good game, and I'll tell you guys about it after we get to the game point, and I'll tell you the ending of it because I don't want to spoil anything if I can help it. But take a look at the cards in here, see what you would take. See, I should take Anointed Processions right there, but I don't. And that should have been an auto slam. And I do put it down, but that's just because I like token production. But also the rare I took also has to do with tokens and then having for green mana. So if I had paused and thought about it, I probably would have taken those two. But mana ramping is mana ramping, and I like the mana ramp. So I put it back and it never makes it back around. It doesn't even make it past the next player. I actually know the person on my left takes it right away. But looking at this, I feel like I'm thinking about separate commanders, and though that would be a good pairing too. See, I should be focusing in on the zombie situation there. And I think I do after that, because I start looking at the thing and I'm like, oh, maybe I should take this stuff. But I also think about big creatures I should take in Windmill Slam. I want to take Godsire. I really want to take a Godsire. It's one of my favorite cards. It's my boy, but I can't. So I have to look back and see that's where I realize, oh, he cares about zombies. And he does make zombies. So I end up taking that on Wings of Gold. There's actually quite a few zombie cards going around in this in these packs, and I was kind of surprised by it. But looking at all this, it's going. So again, the format is they're 20 card packs. You take 2 cards per pack, and you build a 60 card commander deck. You have to stay within your commander's colors. You don't have to worry about duplicates, all that fun stuff. So here we go. Got a Bayou. Mocha. I do like the Witch of the Moors. It's a good card. I just never seem to have enough lifelink to make it work. I know the person sitting across from me, not at this point, but I do know this in the end. Person sitting across from me, he ends up being Boros, which I'm really happy about because it just doesn't seem like it's represented enough in the cube. So I am glad that he gets to do that. And as we continue going, I start focusing in, and I get the deck going well. And we're just waiting for the next pack to come around. And here it is. All right. All right, so that's Toski. And I'm a real big fan of Giver of Ruins. I'm also a really big fan. I'm a big fan of a lot of these cards in here. Unearth would have been great for me too, because I know my creatures are going to go to graveyard. I love that signature on that Sacred Foundry. That Giver is gorgeous. And Wheel is probably something I should honestly take out, but I like it too much. And that's also probably something I should take out. Grist just doesn't do enough in the cube. But it's good to know what I'm thinking about taking out versus what I'm leaving in. And so it's just part of it. And sorry about my big giant hands being in the way as we. It's just camera angle. And I forget to show the camera those cards there. I just leave them there. And there's my original pack back. And I don't plan on doing +1/+1 counters, but something that gives out free +1/+1 counters in Ward 1 sounds pretty good to me. So I took a Grave Pack in that last pack. I know you couldn't see it, but it was a Grave Pack. Knuckles, the Echidna, Seafoam. Yep, here we go. I start figuring out how to actually do this so you guys can read the cards. I am still very new to this. Please forgive me. If you have tips or something, please leave comments. Let me know. I want to know what I can do better. This coming weekend, we are going to have another draft of 6 or 8 people, and we're going to see what we can do. Again, trying with this. Giant hand in the way again, because I still don't realize that the camera's on the right side of the phone, not the left. At least you can still see the cards, but it's not as good as I wanted it to be. Alright, so let's see. I don't think there's anything in this pack for me, so I just take the legendary creature and the lands. No, yeah, I took the legendary creature and one of the lands. Yeah, yeah. Gotta take the signature if I can get the signature. There's nothing else on the pack for me, so I gotta take it. And I got my boy back. Yeah! Godsire, such a good card. And with token doubling, I would love to have him tap him, make an 8/8. Oh no, wait, I have. Well, if I had taken Anointed Possession, the Anointed Possession, and now I have 2/8/8s for tapping an 8/8 Vigilant creature. He is fantastic. All right, and as you saw, we opened the green pack. We opened white first, So that's me putting all the white cards back in there. So as I draft, I just put them back in the pack so I don't get them confused with other packs. It just helps me keep it in. And here I'm trying to center the pack in the camera so I know where I'm working on it. As I said, I am working on getting better. See, that's the wrong way, Drew. Go the other way. There we go. All right. So, hey, I don't think I've ever said that, by the way. My name is Drew. I'm still not showing my face yet on camera, but my name is Drew, and yeah, this is me. This is my gigantic hands just holding a tiny pack in like a camera that's really bad. The camera's not bad. Sorry. All right. So we're just waiting. Everyone's still taking their last picks, and now we're ready to open, as you see. Oh, and I'm sorry about the camera wiggling a little bit. The support I have it on, every time I move, it kind of shakes the support. As you can see, the table is also being shaken by other people by the water moving in the jug on the right. Just discussing what people are looking at, what they're doing, what they're thinking about their decks, how it goes work and life. And now we gotta go into some more magic cards. All right. So I know when I did a sample of a sealed event with the cube or like opening up a few packs, this pack seemed to be one of the ones that I had opened, and I take the same cards here that I did then. So, and here's me making it so it's easier for you guys to see. If I was in red, oh boy, would I have I would have taken that Wolverine. All right, Squirrel's Nest was tempting. It never made it back around. I didn't take it. I always love the Locust God. Oh, and dropping the cards. Let me just cover up the top of the. Yeah, there we go. Let's move the thumb so people can actually read the cards. That was also a very tempting card for me to take, but I figured fixing my mana problem and ramping at the same time was not going to be bad. So, Chromatic Orrery, Mistress Workshop. If you don't know Mistress Workshop, it taps for 3 colorless mana, but it can only be used for artifacts, and a 7-drop artifact, which means I could drop that on turn 4 if I had another rock. 5 normally. If I hit both of those. Not likely, but it's a possibility. Who knows? Ooh, could have happened. Maybe it did. I don't know. Alright, so I got my second pack here. That may have been a nice pull. Always like that. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking them, showing them to you, and putting them down so you guys can see them and read them better, or at least know what cards I'm actually looking at. Probably should have taken the Paw Patch Recruit, because that does make a token. One of my favorite cards, Warstorm's or War's Toll, is so good. It should be run in any deck that can run red. It just messes with your opponent so well. It is such a good card. The Bootlegger Stash, I probably should have taken. Now, this Phyrexian Altar is a must-take for me right now, because I want to sack my legendary stuff to make the tokens, get mana, and get them back somehow. A sack outlet is also good for me. There's my only textless card in the whole thing. That's I have the full text off to the side. But yes, Cryptic Command. You can bounce a permanent. You can tap all of somebody's creatures. You can draw a card. You can counter a spell. It's 4 things, and I'm tempted to put a very Cryptic Command in there, but I don't know which one of the very Cryptic Commands to put in because I don't want duplicates. So I don't want like all. What is there 6 very Cryptic Commands? I wish I got the black and white one foil. Okay, sorry. Back to the draft. So I'm thinking I've got a ramp for Galta, and um, and I got to take the Phyrexian Altar. I've got to ramp. And I'm not taking a bunch of lands, so I think I'm going to have a bunch of basics. So I think it's going to be good for me. It also can return a legendary creature from my graveyard to my hand if I need to. So I don't know why I wouldn't take those. The person on my left here likes to take his time thinking about the cards he's picking. So it sometimes takes a little time to draft, but you do what you got to do when you're drafting, and it sometimes takes. All right, Dread Return, War Room, Inventor. So take the War Room and the Dread Return. Alright, we're just waiting for, I think, the last two cards. Yeah, and what do we get? Rings of Brighthearth and a Sphinx we can't use. Alright, so that's the end of the second pack. It's just talking to the blurred out face about that and our boy, because we both like Godsider. Just Rings of Brighthearthing his ability. My token doubling would be double, double, double. If I got double, double, double. Alright, on to the best color, as we say, the green pack. Alright, it's giving me some trouble. Just toss it away. Here's a 3-drop legendary. Protean Hulk, nice. Growl Turf. Saheeli, Filigree. As foretold, farewell. Niv Mizzet Reborn. Heroic Intervention. Parallel Lives. I know to take that one this time. Voice of Victory. Sarah's Guardian. Demeza Mooney. Moon? I don't know, whatever. Hardened Scales. Diluvian Primordial. Diluvian Saw in Half Deadpool Edition. And Mark of the World Ooze. Alright, so I think I take Parallel Lives and the Heroic Intervention for sure, yeah. I think those are the right picks here. Lightning Greaves. On Edric. Needlesith from Beyond. Old One Eye. Jumbo Cactar. This is the temptation pack that I fall for. Hey, Cabal Coffers did show up. So I could have taken the Yawgmoth and had the Yawgmoth and not Yawgmoth. Whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm confused. Look, I don't run black cards a lot. I mean, I run them more than I run blue or red, but I guess that's not always true. But yeah, I end up breaking and going for those two because here's all the creatures trample and a jumbo cactar. That's just game, right? Lightning Greaves would be good, but I think I have to go for those two. Well, so here I'm separating it out, and I was just like, okay, this one's a must, and then these four are not. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take the jumbo cactar. I know I don't keep you guys in suspense. I just tell you what's happening. All right. Make the Vex spells cost less. and deal with my opponent's graveyards. I think that sounds pretty good for me. That's like a must take in my colors because it's my colors. One of my favorite cards, underestimated. High Fate Trickster is fantastic. It's Flash on everything with Flash itself. It's great. And it flies. Ah, opening ceremony. That's always a fun one. You get a pack from the cube, or you can go buy a pack, but it stays in the cube. So usually people just open a pack. You can keep the cards from the pack you open from that, but not if they're cube cards, obviously. But if you went and bought a pack, obviously they're your cards, and these ones are mine. Oh. So Thelion and get Rogue Monster. Yeah, I'm taking that. And the Darkness Crystal. I think those are two good picks out of those packs, but let me know. What do you guys think? Where did I go wrong? Where did I go right? How did the deck perform, and how's the deck end up? We'll find that out in just a little bit. By the way, I love this playmat. I don't usually like playmats, but this one, the Steam events from Return to Ravnica time, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. You'll see it a little bit better when I start building the deck because I lift it up in the camera so you can see the cards I'm actually using. And I just can't help but take an Agatha Soul Cauldron when I see it. With how cheap my commanders are, I kind of have to take that card. It's hard to pass that. What'd you guys think of that secret layer? That sold out really quickly. You couldn't get the Eddie one. You couldn't get any of them really. It just sold out so quickly. And like I said, I don't take my time. I kind of know what I want and I take them. I don't know if you guys try to get any of this of the secret layers with the when the Jaws one came out and the Iron Maidens came out at the same time. It just I waited in line. I got through it, and then some friends contacted me to see if I could get them some since I got through the line. And by the time they all contacted me, I had used up my 10 minutes, I guess, or something. It just wouldn't let me pay for it. But I wasn't like, oh man, I have to get these. I wanted them. I really did. I think either the bonus card for Jaws is going to be amazing, or it's going to be like a boat vehicle that's not even used anywhere. Or it's going to be another brand new custom card like the Orca, and it's going to do so much stuff. It's going to be amazing. But most likely not. Here I'm showing the guy to my right, my combo of getting Sir Conrad, my commander, and the Parallel Lives. If I ever got those in play, and it's just like, oh, my commander, yeah, I sacrificed a Sir Conrad. I get back two Sir Conrads. Double triggers? Yay. It's my big plan. It's my bright idea. It's what I liked. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't necessarily uh, mean it's gonna happen, but it doesn't say it's a bad card. Very smooth. Yeah, now we're just talking like, oh, wait till you see this. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have an answer to that. Oh, yeah. Okay, I can't refuse a good return a creature from a graveyard effect, especially if it doesn't have to be my creature. But mana ramp is something I take when you see it. So for the cube, my suggestions: always take ramp, always take fixing, always take card draw. And sometimes it's hard to know which is which and where to pick, but you gotta also know when you've got enough But usually you've never got enough. It's such a good thing to have. I'm doing a much better job of keeping my hands directly out of the camera's view this time. But my arm's still sitting there. So it's getting down to the end. People should know what they want. It should be a lot quicker going around in the last pack, I figure, because people just know the colors they're in and you look at the pack and be like, I can run this or I can't. Oh, this card really messes with me and it's not in my colors. And it should be quicker and easier to pick. So I figured that taking the March here would be good for my 2/2 tokens that I make. Just make them into 6/6 tokens. Or 5/5s. It's 6/6, right? I couldn't quite read it. Whatever. And then obviously taking him is fantastic for my colors as well. So we kind of go and we do that. I'm not really doing a lot of life gain or life loss, but it does happen, and it's never a bad thing to have a 4/4 Death Toucher for 6 that has an ability on it. I didn't have enough stuff that really does +1/+1 counters. I just really have the Innkeeper's Talent. Darksteel Forge went around enough. Did I take the Guild Mage or did I take the Forge? I think I take the Forge. Maybe the land. I'm a sucker for the Forge, to be fair. That was just a completely colorless pack. Thanks to Void. Alright, well, there's nothing in here for me except for that and that. There we go. And let's just hand off this 5-color card and Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, nope. We're taking Here's Boros. Alright. Last 2 cards. Can't use them. Got it. Good. Oh, come on. Get them in. There we go. Alright, and then we just take everything out of that. That's how it works. Gotta make sure it closes, then take it all out because it didn't matter. Yeah. Here's me trying to set it up. And then I realize that you guys can't really see. Cuts here are hard. Yeah, I'm just organizing them by creature, non-creature, and mana cost. So you see me organizing it out, dishing them out. If it's 6 or above, I pretty much just put them in the same pile. Or if it's above 6, it just is. It's just this is the I'm never going to cast slash I need a lot of mana to cast pile for each one. So I only go up to that. All right, so commander, possible commander, I have original idea commander. I'm asking them which one I should run. Just their opinions. I just put the commanders out to the side so I know which ones I'm looking at. Here's my big hand in the way again. And I think this is where I realize, oh, That's a better commander. So yes, I run Tusky for green and the black-white Raktoshiki. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's too long for me. And that's a blue card I can't run. That's a red card I can't run. That's a red card I can't run. That's a blue card I can't run. So those get packed up and put away. Again, just organizing this out. So these are my lands. I decide that Ghalta's not good enough. And those are the two I go with. I think that's a good pick out of those. Doing my count. End up at 42 or 46, I believe, initially. So looking at this, I gotta make some hard choices. And I realized I didn't have a lot of creatures, so I gotta keep all my creatures because I just didn't have a lot, or the majority of my creatures. They're not the first choice in cuts. You can see everyone else has a different strategy for it. Cards I'm definitely keeping. Had a lot of 4-drops. I had to cut. It's got to be 60 exactly, including commanders. So 58 for me in the deck and 2 off to the side. Companions in the queue, they don't count as your deck total, so it is off to the side. And we play by the original companion rules. You're only going to find like 1 or 2 in here. I think there's only the 5-color one in the whole queue, but that's how we run companion. But if you get some of the conspiracy cards that are like you have to run every single card you drafted, then your deck only has to be 59. That counts as another card off to the side in exile. But there's only 1 or 2 like that, so it's not a big deal. We're going to cut that because it's just cost too much and doesn't do enough for me anymore. And I think we got it down. I think we ended up at 36. let's count 1, 2, I'll stop. "19 creatures" is pretty low. "37, 38." So I think I cut 2 more, and I think I know the 2 that I cut. There's 1. And the last one's gonna be the bird. I just didn't have a use for the bird. There wasn't enough for it to be a useful creature. So cutting those 2, we're down to 36. People are still working on their decks. I'm counting out lands. So the camera cut off there for a second. That's why those cards showed up there. I had to fix it, but I got it fixed. Happens a few more times. I think the phone started to overheat, but it was able to keep going. So 7 swamps. That's 8 swamps. So I have 3 lands. That's 21 I need. So I run 8 swamps, 7 forests, 6 plains. And that should be 24 in total with the 3, 2, 6 plains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 forests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 swamps. Yeah, I just had a swamp in the middle of the forest, but I fixed it. There it is. Just making sure, had to make sure my count was right. And together, it is a 60 card deck. Without the commanders, it's 58. Another quick once over for you guys so you can see them all. The final deck. And here we go. Let's shuffle up and play. Well, we're going to have to actually wait on that one. It's not quite that fast. I'm the first one done. And I'm going to shuffle, and then we're going to make some more packs to replace the ones we just used. So here you see me shuffling into piles of 10. Excuse me. And then we just keep it going. Once I'm done shuffling, I'm going to start making some packs. That might mean I move the camera. I honestly don't know. I don't remember. There we go. Yeah. So we put the camera up. I thought I did this a lot earlier, but apparently not. And I tried to adjust it so we could see all the boards. Here's my shuffling technique. It's not exactly the best thing I've ever done, but it works. Moves those lands around. And then how we shuffle after you pile shuffle. So 3D action here. Get some goggles. You could really see the hands coming right at you. Oh no! Can't keep the cards in the pile. All right. So we should start working. We should start working on making up the packs. I'm being asked who my commanders are, and there we go. I show them. I'm very happy with how this game goes, especially off the start. Honestly, I like the ending too. Does that mean I won? I'm not saying that yet. I can neither confirm nor deny if that is a fact, to quote, almost quote, the right person. Alright, so we got those. They're all sleeved up. Well, they're all sleeved up. They're all set up. So I do it like that so I know my deck versus packs when we start shuffling, or chaff as the stuff we didn't use during the draft. So here we go, me just leaning over, talking, shooting the breeze. Alright, so it shouldn't be much longer till we start shuffling up the packs and get the game going. Let's see how this goes. So, feel free to go get some water, use the washroom right now. We've got probably 5 to 10 minutes of me just sitting here talking, shuffling up the decks, and talking with people about how the draft went. What do we think? What do we like? The first time recording, so people are kind of worried about how's it going to look, what's going on. We're talking about everything you can think of. Are we doing good? I don't know. You guys tell us. I mean, I think the camera's doing fine. You can't read the cards. I don't have one of those card readers yet. I need to work on it. It was suggested that I get an iPad or something that can display the scores on the screen better. And I do think I will try and work on something, getting something like that. It's not going to be top of the line. It's not going to be brand new, but something like that might be able to get. So this is my chaff stuff that I had off to the side that didn't run. So 21 cards. I did not run out of the 60 that I drafted. We've got the pile of markers for the dry erase for the info tokens. I met the people there at when I was in AtlantaCon, at the MagicCon in Atlanta. I'm just calling it AtlantaCon. Um, and they're really nice. I told them how much I love this stuff. and it's all really good. And they seem really relaxed and cool, really good people. They had buttons now and stuff like that. It was really interesting. You could like really do some stuff with it. I might look into getting some more, but I've got their newest colored sleeves there as well as their original stuff there. I I had a good time there. Atlanta was fun. I can't wait for next year in November. I am going to try and go. I will be bringing the cube. If you guys want to play then, let me know. Come out and find me. I don't think I'll be hard to find. This year I went around in a giant Monarch jersey, like from Venture Brothers, just telling people about the cube and then telling them that we were playing in the hotel afterwards, after the con was done for the night, in the Arboretum, I guess is what it was, the atrium, whatever it was, and we kept on getting kicked out of because we were all too loud. Well, we weren't all too loud, but like at 11 o'clock at night, yeah, it was a little loud. For some of the people because they have rooms that overlook the inner courtyard that is within the building. So they'd come down and they'd kick us all. You know what? Saturday we did better. They did kick us out as well, but on Sunday night they were there till like 1 or 2 apparently. But I called that one early because we were getting up early to drive back. Um, but yeah, so we're clearing up everything right now, putting stuff away, getting the lands back in the queue, putting the chaff away, and then we're going to start sorting out some packs. So we've always got to do this after the draft, but before the game start, we try to get the cube organized for the next draft, just so we don't have to do it afterwards, and so we can put all the cards away in the cube right when we're done. If we don't do this first, we're just gonna have a bunch of extra packs around. So we make packs as a group. We shuffle the cube as a group, and I gotta remember to cut right here at the 55-second mark for a second, because we just lose camera at 55-minute mark. I'll leave it in. Whatever. Sorry, guys. The camera cut out there again, too, and I missed it. And it zoomed in a lot, didn't it? Oh, another cutout. Alright, so maybe I'll cut out the 55-second minute mark, just the whole thing. No, we'll leave it in. It's a few seconds. It's not the end of the world. Sorry, guys. Again, first time. I will use that as an excuse for this one, for this video, and maybe the next one. Alright, so people are already making up packs or sorting it up. So my way of doing this is I'll take a large pile of them, make sure they're all facing the right way, which these ones weren't. And then I'll start making piles of 10. I'll make 6 piles of 10, and that makes up 3 packs. And I just feel like I can keep them nice and organized that way, and I can pile them up and make them run and smooth out really quickly. The camera must have cut out there, and I cut it. I must have seen that one. But here we go. I think I lose count at some point here, and I have to pick a pile up and count it. Oh, camera freeze. Yep, camera froze. Had to do some cuts there. Now I'm making up some packs. It doesn't take us too long to do this, especially when the whole cube doesn't need to be shuffled. I think the next time we might have to shuffle the whole cube if we get an 8-person draft. But we're doing that this Sunday. It'll be fun. I'm thinking about streaming it, but that's less likely than being likely. I don't really have a YouTube channel for. I don't have a Twitch channel for this. I could make one. I could set it up. I could use one of my other ones and link that. That might be good. But I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I don't have a whole team of editors. It's just me right now doing this. Me and my cats. They sit here and listen to me talk and try and nap to the soothing sound of my voice. Stick around to the end. I'm sure I can squeeze in a little tiny video or image of the kitties. Maybe I won't. I don't know. It's late. I'm tired. But I really want to get this out there tonight. I really want people to see it. I enjoy this. And playing the cube is fun. I want more people to experience it. I think cube is a great format. I think Commander is a great format, and I think doing this Commander cube is fantastic. I hope people agree. I hope people like it. It is an amazing, amazing time. And it's great with friends. Make your own Commander cube up. It doesn't have to be 1600 cards. Doesn't have to be Singleton. I mean, I like it Singleton if it's going to be Commander, but it doesn't have to be. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. Some people are like, everyone's guaranteed a Soul Ring, an Arcane Signet, and like a Command Tower and a Commander Sphere or something to that effect. I don't do it that way. You draft what you draft, you get what you get, and I think that's a little more chaotic. It's not unbalanced. I think it's completely balanced. But if somebody's just guaranteed to get a Soul Ring, a Arcane Signet, Command Tower, a Reliquary Tower, whatever like mana fixing they need, then the draft doesn't become around getting your right mana. It becomes around just picking the most powerful thing you can find. Which this is still around that, but you also still got to work on your mana at that point. If you can't find your mana, then you can't do the infinite stuff. So it looks like we're about ready to start here. So people are doing some moving around. And look at that playmat. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm not an Izzet player, but man, that Steam Vents looks awesome. I would love to get that signed. Alright, so let's see. Looks like we're gonna start zooming out here soon, I hope. That's shaking a lot, isn't it? I need a steadier table. Or to have people not kick the table as much, or just have it not attached to the table. If I could hang it from the ceiling, that'd be better. This is not done at our studio or our house. This is done at a store, but we try not to show anything of the store. But we love her. The store is great. The staff there is fantastic. If they want me to mention them, I can. If they say anything about it, I think they know. The staff will know who they are. And we really like the store. It does a great job. And the employees are fantastic, as I was just saying. Sorry, again, might be a weird little clip. The ending of the recording did not record, so I've got to do the last 14 minutes over again. But we're going to get this done, and hopefully it's fun for you guys. So thanks for staying this long. I really appreciate everyone who's watching the video. Please throw us a like, subscribe, comment, do all the stuff everyone always tells you to do, please. It's a new channel. I kind of have to ask everyone to do as much as they can to promote the channel, make it so it gets seen, make it so other people join the Cube Commander Cube idea. Like Cube Life, Commander Cube Life. Just get it out there. Have people do it. We're putting away the lands right now. We're gonna start making up packs. It's just a lot of prep for the next set, the next draft that we do, which will be this Sunday, which means I hopefully will have a video out Tuesday or Wednesday. Again, this is my first video. I'm still trying to get it done. The next video is gonna be probably just as bad, quality and cutting wise, but I'm working on it, guys. I'm trying to get better. I know the camera does cut out a few times at this minute, at the 55-minute mark. It cuts out, it comes back, it cuts out, it comes back. I think my phone was just overheating. If this gets popular enough, I'll buy a real camera. I'll get a real camera rigging set up so I can actually hover it over the table instead of attaching it to the shaky table. I might be able to get the program that can read the cards. I don't know what one that is. I need to ask around and see what people know what program it is, because I can load all the cards from this set into that program so that it will always be able to read it and people can actually read the card. But I don't know what the program is. I haven't done any research. I don't know how to do it. I am not an editor of videos. But I'm trying. So please, anything helps. If you have suggestions for the cube, if you have suggestions for programs for me to try for this, if you have ideas, if you like, let me know. I will gladly help out. So here I'm shuffling up and making 3 new packs for the packs that I use. And I usually do 6 packs of 10, so I can mix them up and just throw them on top of each other. These are random cards from the shuffled up unused section. So we have the 1600 cards. We use 480 are in packs, and then the rest of them, the 1,120 that aren't in packs, when we can't fit any more into packs, and we shuffle all of the used ones together in a giant shuffle pile, as I have a video showing, kind of. Not really. The video is more me going through and looking for cards, but we each shuffle the same way. Basically, we'll spread it all out, and we'll do that big shuffle as a group, and then we will after they're all shuffled out, we'll make up X amount of packs, and we'll fill up whatever's missing, and the rest of it will go into the cube as a clean shuffled thing. Hopefully, we don't have decks stuck together. So as we go through this, I'm also working on getting the decks, the packs together, organized, back in the cube. The lands are back in the cube. We cannot play before we get these done because we just don't have enough space. Because the plastic packs hold cards in the cube, and so to put the plastic packs in there, it takes a space. They have to have cards in them. So we have to make up these packs before the game starts if we can. Otherwise, we need to store them somewhere. And so we get through this. Everyone's just helping me get these packs together. If they're not finished building, people are moving around to get to the correct spots. And then we're going to try and get this game going. So I am currently going to be facing a Temur deck and a WUBRG deck. The WUBRG deck is oh, what's his name? No, not Omnath. No, it is Omnath. 5-color Omnath. And the Temur is Animar. And Animar has Kozilek as the newest Kozilek as the partner for it. So the colorless card with the 3-color card, which is allowed. And so that is who we're going to be playing against. And I really like our turn 1 play. We have quite a few plays on turn 1, so it turns out really nice for us. And yeah, as the game goes on, it gets a little more thrilling. I do cut out about turn 2 or turn 3 into the draft. It just wasn't recording enough of everyone's board. But we all get our decks going relatively quickly. I get a little mana screwed. I don't find white or black mana for a while, but it doesn't affect me that much. Like, it stops me from playing my commander, but it doesn't stop my deck from actually working. And so it turns out to be okay. And then when I get my commander out, it starts going well. I'll get more into that once we actually get into the game. You know when we're about to start because the camera will start lifting up and moving around. The shaking is, I think, people moving to their spots. So I think we will get an adjustment soon to the camera. I really want to find something that's not going to shake that much. Maybe I just need to get an extra chair, put it like right underneath the table, not touching, and then camera up and over so I can just hover down. I need to figure out something that will make it so I can record better. If you guys have ideas, please let me know. Yet again, I will read every comment and I will respond if I can. Feedback is welcome. The group will love feedback. They all share my interest in doing this. They have been playing this for a year to a year and a half, pretty much all of them, and they all, if not 2 years, and they know how much this means to me, and they appreciate it, and they know how good it is, and they like it too, and they want to share this with the rest of you as much as I do. Some of them don't want to be on screen. They have no problem with this being done. They really enjoy it. And yeah, it looks like we're about to start. So let's get this going. We're gonna do a roll off in a second just to see who goes first. Yeah, get some extra shuffles in. Yeah, because it wasn't shuffled enough. You need to shuffle more. Shuffle more. All right, so there's a 9 right there, and the nine's gonna win because I roll a 5. I know you can't see the second dice, but it's a 3. The first dice is a 2, even no matter what it is. If I show a 2, I'm not gonna beat a 9. Means I go second. But got a pretty good starting hand. I really like it, as I was saying earlier. I basically get to play one of my commanders on the first turn. We'll watch and see. Alright, Jewel Lotus. Boom, Dosky. Yeah, let's get in there. And then I got a Mox Ember. Alright, good first turn. Good first turn. And so basically, I get the card draw that I need. I still don't hit my lands for a while, but I get the damage in with my commander. I get some card draws. I get some extra stuff going. It really helped me out. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have been able to keep the hand. But as we go around, I at one point I have my commander in play, the seer in play, and Toskian in play, and they target the vizier, the seer with something, and so I sack Tulski to the seer to scry one, get the 2/2 token, which is better than 1/1 token that's indestructible, and it goes really well. But I do not end up winning the game. In fact, the person on my right ends up winning the game, ends up getting a coalition victory, which I am so happy that that got used, and that person won with that card. It was great. He only had like 6 basic lands in his deck, but he had triomes and other things to actually make it work. His commander's there. When he casts his companions, I actually basically end up board wiping and putting the +1/+1 counter onto my token, so it tasks for any color because I get Agatha Soul Cauldron is how I exile it from the graveyard afterwards, and it goes really well. It was going well for me until out of nowhere, just a coalition victory. And that's fine. That's great. That's part of the fun of the cube is the cards that they say you can't play. People get to play, and it's not like he got to like sit down at home and pick every single card out from his like deck to make this thing work. He drafted it and he made it work, and that's fantastic. That's what I hope for it, and that's what I like about this. The cube is fantastic. It's crazy, fun, and there's a curveball around every top deck. It is fantastic. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like the video. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry I couldn't get the games in. I still got to get the camera set up so I can actually record a full game. Um, but it's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy just thinking about the cube. Build your own. Make one. It doesn't have to be the 480 cards. It has to be 480 cards if we're going to do it like 8 packs for that, but it doesn't have to be 1600 cards. And it doesn't have to be like the most expensive cards. It's going to be fun. Please enjoy it. And thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. I will check everything. Just let me know what I can do to improve on this. I really want to know how to make this better and more entertaining. Do you like the chipmunk voice when I play it at twice speed? Do you like it when I do this and talk over it? What do you guys want? Tell me what you need. No, thanks again. Uh, it's been a lot of fun. This is again my first video like this, so I appreciate you guys listening this late into it. Um, yeah, and if you find us at a con, please come say hi and join us. Here's your little reward for watching all the way to the end. A little blue video. Hey, buddy. My little kitty boy. Good boy. Yeah. You love your scratchies. You're a good boy. Who's a good kitty guy? You awake now? Yeah, scratchy, scratchy. Boop. Love you, kitty guy. You're gonna have a fan club by the end of this.